Long ago there was a woodcutter who had 3 sons. The eldest son was tall and strong and helped his father to cut wood. The middle son was very clever and went to work in the town each day. But the youngest son was neither strong nor clever, and his father and his brothers made fun of him and gave him simple jobs to do. One day, when the eldest son went into the forest to cut down a big oak tree, he met a strange old man.
"Good morning," said the man. "Could you spare me some cake or juice from your lunchbox, please? I'm so hungry and thirsty."
But the tall, strong son said, "I am tall and strong, and I need all my cake and juice for myself. Get on your way, beggar, and leave me alone." The old man left. But later that day, the eldest son had an accident with his axe and cut his arm badly.
Ow!
He couldn't chop any more wood. So the woodcutter asked the middle son to help. The middle son went into the forest and met the same strange little old man.
"Good morning," said the man. "Could you spare me some cake or juice from your lunchbox, please? I'm so hungry and thirsty."
But the clever middle son said,
"Whatever I give to you, old man, I can't eat myself. Just go on your way and let me get on."
Again, the old man left. And this time, the middle son had an accident. He had struck the tree just twice when the axe blade came off and hit him on the head.
Oh!
Now, the father had no one to help him chop wood. "I'll help you, father," said the youngest son. But his father just laughed. "Yeah, if your 2 brothers can't chop down that tree, what hope have you got? You're not strong and you're not clever. You are no use to anyone." The youngest son was determined to prove his father wrong. He set off into the forest with a little dry bread and some water for lunch. His big brothers had eaten all the cake and fresh juice. Soon, he too met the little old man.
"Good morning," said the man. "Could you spare me some cake or juice from your lunchbox, please? I'm so hungry and thirsty."
"I have only some bread and water," replied the boy, "but you are welcome to share it with me." So they sat down to eat, and when the youngest son opened up his lunchbox, he saw, to his surprise, that the bread had turned to cake and the water to apple juice. Between them, they ate up all the fine food. Then the old man said,
"Thank you for being so kind and generous. As a reward, I will tell you a secret."
He pointed to the tall oak tree and said,
"Cut down that tree. In its roots you will find something that will bring you a great deal of good luck."
And with that, he left. The boy chopped down the big tree, and in the roots he found a goose with feathers made of pure gold. "These feathers must be worth a fortune," he thought. "I will take the goose to the king, and he will reward me well. My brothers won't laugh at me when I come home a rich man." So the youngest son set off to town. On the way, he passed an inn and stopped for a rest. He sat the bird on the table while the innkeeper's daughters brought him some food and drink. The innkeeper said to his eldest daughter, "While the boy is busy, pluck me one of those shiny gold feathers from his goose." So she tried. But the moment she touched the goose, she found herself stuck to its back. The second sister saw all this and thought she would like a gold feather too. She tried to elbow her big sister out of the way, but as soon as they touched, the middle sister found herself stuck to her big sister's side.
"Help!"
she cried.
"I'm stuck!"
And the youngest sister rushed over to help.
"No!"
cried the first. But it was too late. The youngest sister had wrapped her arms around the middle sister's waist and was also stuck fast. By now, the woodcutter's son had finished his dinner, and he tucked the goose under his arm and set off down the road. He didn't seem to notice the three girls, who had no choice but to run along behind him. After a while, the strange procession met a bishop on the road.
Stop chasing that goose and go and help your father at the inn.
He reached for the youngest daughter as she skipped past him, and his hand caught hold of her long brown plait. When he tried to let go, he couldn't.
Help!
He cried.
We're all stuck together.
A boy, minding sheep in a nearby field, laughed out loud at the bishop running after the girls and the goose. But the boy's dog chased the bishop and got stuck to his long robes, and when the boy tried to free his dog, he got stuck too. Now there were 5 people and a dog hopping and skipping and running along after the woodcutter's son. Finally they reached the palace, and the guard at the gate fell about laughing.
You must be here for the competition.
And explained that the king had declared a contest to make his only daughter laugh.
The winner gets her hand in marriage and half the kingdom,
he said,
good luck.
and opened the gates to let them in.
Wait a minute. No dogs allowed.
But of course the young shepherd and the dog had to follow the bishop, who had to follow the sisters, who had to follow the woodcutter's son. So the whole procession went through the gate. The angry guard grabbed the shepherd by the ear and found himself stuck there. The boy, the goose, and the 7 followers stumbled into the royal courtyard, falling over each other and bumping into things as they made their way before the king. Everyone stopped to stare. Then, high above them, on a balcony, a young girl started to laugh. It was the princess. As she laughed, the 7 people stuck to the goose became unstuck and all fell over, which made her laugh even more, until she laughed so much she couldn't stand up. The king was overjoyed and declared the woodcutter's son his future son-in-law. After that, the palace was a very happy place, full of laughter, and the woodcutter's son, the golden goose, and the princess all lived happily ever after.